If you're an American or live in America, chances are you've seen many flags in your life. Whether it's flying from a government building, a school, or even someone's house, flags are all around us. But have you ever stopped to wonder how these flags are made? Where do they come from? Who makes them? And what goes into the creation of this iconic symbol that represents the United States? Today, we'll take a closer look at how American flags are made by visiting a national flag factory located in South Carolina. The American flag is one of the most recognizable symbols of the United States. It's flown by Americans on special occasions and by embassies and consulates around the world. The flag consists of 13 stripes alternating red and white, and a blue rectangle in the upper left corner containing 50 white stars, each representing one of the 50 states of the Union. The flag was first adopted by the Continental Congress in 1777 and has since been changed several times to accommodate the addition of new states. The current version of the flag was adopted in 1960 when Alaska and Hawaii were admitted to the Union. The process of making an American flag is both time-consuming and labor-intensive. It typically takes several weeks to manufacture a single flag, and the entire process must be carried out by hand. First, the individual pieces of fabric that will make up the flag must be cut and sewn together. This is usually done by a team of workers who specialize in sewing flags. Once the pieces are sewn together, the edges of the flag must be finished so that they don't fray. This is done by a separate team of workers who use special machines to finish the edges of the flag. Finally, the flag is inspected for any defects and then shipped to its final destination. In order to understand how American flags are made, it helps to know a little bit about the history of the flag itself. The first American flag was made in 1776 by Betsy Ross, a Philadelphia seamstress. Ross was asked by George Washington to design a flag for the newly formed United States. She ended up creating the first flag with 13 stripes representing the 13 colonies, and a blue field with 13 stars representing unity among the states. Over the years, the flag has gone through several changes. In 1818, for example, the 13th stripe was added to represent the newly admitted state of Missouri, and in 1960, 2 more stripes were added to represent Alaska and Hawaii. The current version of the flag has been in use since then. Today, there are a number of different ways to get an American flag. You can purchase one from a store or online, or you can make one yourself. If you want to make a traditional American flag, you'll need some basic supplies, including cotton or linen fabric, scissors, a needle and thread, sewing machine, and some star-shaped pieces of cardboard. Once you have all of your supplies ready, you can start cutting out the pieces of fabric that will make up your flag. You will need 13 strips of fabric for the stripes and 1 large piece of fabric for the background. After cutting out the pieces, you can start sewing them together. The stripes are sewn together lengthwise, and then the background fabric is sewn onto the stripes. Once the flag is complete, you can add the stars by hand sewing them onto the background fabric. In recent years, there's been some debate over the best way to dispose of an old or damaged American flag. According to the U.S. Flag Code, a flag that is no longer fit for display should be destroyed in a dignified manner. However, many people are not aware of this law and simply throw their old flags in the garbage. As a result, there have been a number of initiatives launched to raise awareness of proper flag disposal procedures. These initiatives typically involve working with local businesses and organizations to collect old flags for proper disposal. In addition, many veterans groups offer flag retirement ceremonies where old flags are burned in a respectful ceremony. It is important to note that while the disposal of the flag may be controversial, the actual manufacturing process is not. The workers who manufacture American flags are proud of the work they do and take great care in producing these important symbols. They understand the significance of the flag and the responsibility that comes with manufacturing it. The process of making an American flag is not only labor-intensive, but it's also highly regulated. There are strict guidelines that must be followed in order to ensure that the flag is made correctly and meets the standards set by the U.S. Flag Code. For example, the fabric used to make the flag must be of a certain weight and quality, and the stars and stripes must be sewn on by hand. These regulations help to ensure that the end product is a high-quality flag that can withstand the elements and be flown proudly for many years. The next time you see an American flag flying in the wind, take a moment to appreciate the hard work and dedication that went into making it. From the careful selection of materials to the precise sewing of each star and stripe, every detail is important in the creation of this iconic symbol. In fact, there's an entire industry dedicated to the production of American flags, which includes everything from the raw materials to the finished product. These companies employ thousands of workers who specialize in sewing, designing, and finishing flags. In addition, there are also a number of small businesses and individuals who make flags as a side hobby. No matter who makes your flag, though, you can be sure that it's made with great care and attention to detail. So where exactly are American flags made? One place you might not expect is South Carolina. That's right. A company based in Fort Mill, South Carolina, produces millions of flags annually for customers all over the world. The facility is massive and houses everything from sewing machines to giant cutters. And the workers here are some of the most skilled in the country. Making an American flag requires a lot of precision and attention to detail. From cutting the fabric to sewing on the stars and stripes, every step must be done correctly in order to produce a high-quality finished product. The workers at the South Carolina plant are trained to do their jobs quickly and accurately. They take pride in their work and understand the importance of producing a quality product that will last for years. Perhaps the most interesting part of the flag-making process is the actual sewing of the stars and stripes. Each flag is made up of 50 stars and 13 stripes, and each one must be sewn on by hand. This is because sewing machines cannot produce the precise stitch necessary to attach the stars and stripes to the flag. As a result, each flag can take weeks to manufacture. Despite the time involved, the end result is worth it. The flags produced in South Carolina are some of the highest quality in the country, and they've reflown by people all over the world. So if you're ever in the area, be sure to visit the plant and see how American flags are made. You won't be disappointed. Overall, the process of making an American flag is a complex and labor-intensive one. It requires skilled workers, specialized equipment, and strict adherence to guidelines. But the end result is a beautiful and iconic symbol that represents the United States. So next time you see an American flag flying in the wind, take a moment to appreciate all the hard work that went into making it. Now check out this video about the American bald eagle, how they are trained to catch fish and survive in the wild. Or check out this other video.